spending money used to hurt. But wait, let me explain. Handing over that note, watching your coins disappear, you actually felt the loss. Now, just with a tap, ding, or a swipe, there's no pain. Psychologists call it the pain of paying. And digital money has quietly got rid of it in society today. Come along, we're going to investigate this a little bit more.
So we're talking about cash versus electronic payment. I was just in Slovenia for the weekend, and all of the public transport required you to use cash, especially in the small little town by the mountains that I was running up. And it got me thinking, because in the Netherlands, I did not use cash. Like, I don't think I've used cash once here in the Netherlands. It's actually harder to actually find a place to use cash with. So that's why we're talking about it today. And electronic payments, don't get me wrong, are incredibly convenient. I just take out my phone, Apple Pay, tap, it's got a beautiful little jingle there, and we just pay, I guess. And then I monitor my money by looking at an app and I see the money go up and down. It's pure convenience, honestly. Cash, I had to carry an extra little bag. I didn't have that with me. It just became a little bit more painful. But there's something else in the switch over to digital. I have a great song. This is an incredible song. I need to actually pause it because I can't hear myself think. The song, Olivia Dean, Man I Need, oh my gosh, incredible. We need to talk about something. Cash versus, I guess, electronic payments. There's research on this. And research shows something a little bit different. Paying cash actually causes some sort of psychological discomfort. And it actually feels like real loss because you see the money leaving your hand or your purse or your wallet. And with digital, this sensation disappears. The loss becomes abstract. It's just another set of numbers on the screen. Just like how many likes on Instagram. It doesn't have the weight that something is missing as with when you pay with cash. I'd swipe for this, but I wouldn't pay cash. It's just cool.
Back to sitting and reading. But we should talk outside. Let's go.
It's a little bit later. Coffee has been had, but it's cold. Winter is almost here. I don't want to say it's here because it will definitely get a lot colder. But back to our money discussion. Earlier we were talking about the sensation of not feeling the loss anymore when we just tap. That changes how we spend. There's a 2025 study that recently came out, and it actually calls this spendception. Okay, I'll link the paper if you want to see it below as well. And what they coined what this term means effectively, it's trying to capture the reduced resistance that we feel when we spend money, because most of the money we spend is digital money nowadays. And without the sting or this reduction in resistance, we spend more, we hesitate less, and we forget faster. The less we feel this loss, the more invisible our money actually becomes. Let's get back to work. Cash. Too hard.
Hello, you haven't seen me for a few hours now. It's later in the evening, it's about 8 o'clock. You can see my face has had a day. I've been kind of out of it today, to be honest. I think my body is still a little bit tired from running the race and then also not sleeping very well. So hopefully I'll be able to wash my dishes quickly and then get to bed. But there's something important that we need to still talk about the idea of cash versus electronic money. So earlier we were talking about like how we've lost the feeling of, I guess, the loss of money. So I had this much cash in my hand. Now I don't have this much cash in my hand. Whereas electronic, it's just a number and I can close the app and I can kind of forget about it. Or I can choose to never open the app. Some people do that. And this is where it gets a little bit weird. The pain of feeling the loss was actually useful. That moment of friction of like, oh, I'm losing, I'm taking some of my money. It's getting lighter in my hand. Lighter, that's probably a bad term to use because different notes weigh different things. But I think you get my drift. But that friction made us conscious of what's actually happening. It slowed us down. It made us think a little bit more. It kind of reminded us of the value of the money. Now that this pain is gone, spending kind of feels painless. This convenience has numbed us a little. And this numbness always comes at a cost. And I guess the cost is that spending money doesn't necessarily hurt so much anymore. And maybe that's why we're buying random stuff we really don't need. I'm gonna go wash my dishes and have a shower. This one? So this 100 rands from South Africa, and it's the same, it costs the same, well, its value is the same as this, €5. Kind of crazy. And this is worth a single euro, 20 rand. Money don't jiggle jiggle, it falls. So this 50 cents is 50 cents in rands, and this is 50 euro cents. And this is 2 rand in South Africa. This is 2 euros. There's a 20x. So this is worth 20 times this. And this is worth 20 times this. Good evening! It is long sleeve pajamas time of the year. And I guess Christmas is coming. It's time for our thought experiment. You don't have to pay for this. So, spending with cash is like owning a CD or a vinyl. Scratch it or break it, and it's gone. You feel the loss. Spending digitally is kind of like streaming music. Infinite, disposable, and nothing ever really disappears. And if money is just like streaming nowadays, and what happens when even the loss itself stops feeling real? I think I was stretching it with that example, but I couldn't think of another example to explain the loss of friction causing this negative reinforcing behaviors. Maybe I'm just tired, but I shall see you tomorrow. Thanks for sticking around.